Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, we are gonna do a mid-year check-in. And right now, these are the books I'm going to talk about. So let's get into it. This was my main planner that I bought in the beginning of the planner season session. I guess in 2023, I picked this up and started it in, I believe it was November. So what we're gonna do is flip through it. I went ahead and put some decorations down in the front. I like to make it feel comfortable and more mine. I have this ICE info in the back, which means information for myself, for my clients, and for me. I didn't do anything special on the year overviews. And I did try to track my bills, and I quickly fell off. So into the monthlies, I wrote down my schedule for work and certain things that I need to remember, obligations, and sometimes I'd like to write about the weather. So next year I could look back and see if it was similar to what it was doing the same time frame. Here I was trying to track like the book that I had started and finished. I read that book. I think it's the only book I've read cover to cover all year, so that was basically the only time I wrote down the books that I finished. So again, I do the same stuff where I am writing down my work and schedule, and I do light decorating in here, and I don't think I ended up sticking to too many stickers. So just continue with that. So these ones are books that I started. I haven't finished them yet. Once I went on my trip to Utah, I just kind of stopped filling in my schedule, which is funny because so basically I fell off of even writing down my schedule in May. Then I picked it back up in June, doing pretty good. And this is for July. So that wraps up those monthlies mid-year. We go to our weeklies. So this one I did start in November, and I was using Megan Rhiannon's layout where she would track her habits, and I did do a sleep tracker and some notes. I also added the meals I was having, a little bit of memory keeping, and my schedule for the day. And I think I did this for a while. Oh, I switched this up. This was my energy percentage I was feeling in the day to track that. That probably lasted a while. I went ahead and switched my schedule over here to see if I would like that looks like. And then I was checking off accomplishments. And again, it's my sleep tracker and notes from the week. So I must have enjoyed that layout because I kept that going for quite a while. I was really into Megan Rhiannon's YouTube content, and I believe I was her patron member. I didn't have stickers to print these off, so I would just print them off and cut them out. So here I was tracking what times I woke up in the morning and what times I fell asleep, my food, definitely some of my tasks and my schedule, and then some personal notes. So some dailies over here, notes, schedule again, my food. This one must have been what I was eating rather than planning. So let's see, when did I stop? Okay, I stopped doing the energy tracker. The lines mean I was pushing through my energy, by the way. So we're just gonna keep flipping through this. I was adding some color finally, which is nice. Did some blue and pink color through here. Still doing this week's, and this looks like still tracking some food. And doing the Same layout for a while. I definitely fell off the habit tracker here. So looks like I was writing down some tips for myself and some stuff I wanted for passports, interest, wish list. And actually I was quoting people from work those days because some of my clients are just too funny. Then the same thing, I was doing my schedule, just looks like memory keeping a little bit, and looks like some notes, but nothing too productive in here. This one I tried a layout from Pinterest that I found, and I fell off that quick, where it tracks your time, what you did in the day, and I think I did it for 3 days and got over it. These slashes in my habit tracker was telling myself that I only did one or the other, and it would show you half. And then I was still doing my schedule. I definitely keep my schedule over here. Food, notes, and this was St. Patrick's week, so I wrote some information about St. Patrick. I completely fell off this week. I started trying the bullet journal method where I would write down what I did in the day for work, and this side was what I was eating and then if I worked out. So what I would do is put workout, WO, and then the triangle points to the time, how long I worked out. So 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. No notes here. Kind of falling out of this again. Still tracking my schedule. Still writing down what I did that day. Must have been packing for something, but I never wrote down the list. And I don't even remember what these mean. Still doing what I did that day, and I must have lost interest in writing out all my hours, so I just was writing out the day. And then took a little bit of notes. This, I went on a trip, so I only wrote my schedule in and then just threw in some stickers and to indicate that I was on vacation. And then just trying to catch back up to what I was doing, but mainly I was just filling out the pages. It snowed this week, so I wanted to capture that. There was snow on all our trees. And then looks like I had some change of plans throughout my week. So I was really falling out of love with this planner, not wanting to be so productive. I was writing down needed to call, things I gotta do. I would put stickers for snow if it had snowed. And then it looks like I went back to logging what I did in the workday. And I started doing housekeeping, which you'll see I really started liking this housekeeping tracker. Because this is similar to what I'm doing now, because we're here in June. So on this side is my schedule. This is where I track what I've done in the day for work, my task list of things I need to remember, the days of the week and what I was housekeeping with, and some food that I needed to buy from the store. And then this is this week, same method. So this is my favorite. This has been so much more helpful than the rest of the layouts as of right now. I write down my schedule, track everything I've done that in those days, my housekeeping log, the things I need for a family get-together, reminders, and extra. These are just extra notes for where my money goes after payday. So that's the last of the weeklies up to now. And in the notes section, a lot of this back here is personal, so I'm not going to flip through it. But I do have like monthly notes here, which I was tracking my income. So I can show you this. I put this sticker down just to indicate that this goes into my finances and where I track my bills. And there would be some receipts in here But basically this is all notes with work, so it's confidential and I can't show that. So that's this one, my manager planner. Then I was really consistent also in this Hobinichi, which is my spiritual one, and I am going to flip through it with you today. So again, I wanted to make it my own. All of these pictures I printed off from Pinterest, except for that's me. Really didn't utilize some of these. So I'd mark it off like an index. So I was writing about the moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and the sun, doing gratitude, attitudinal healing information, my manifested scripts, and thank you. So I would just mark it off like that as to indicate what's on those pages. But up to now, May I fell off. June I didn't really write anything either. So let's jump into the weeklies. This has been a great planner just to help me feel connected in my faith. So I really started in November once again, and I was just writing about the planets here and some ideas that I had. And I'll just flip through this. Yuletide, I wanted to decorate. My sister printed this out and we colored it together. More Megan Rhiannon content, stickers that I received from Mercari. I had food poisoning, so I wanted to capture that. This is a couple pages for Aphrodite, and these are from Etsy. There's a lot more content, but I printed off the ones that I needed to keep in here. And then I was just kind of journaling, basically. These are notes that I was rewriting from another notebook that I was giving away. And you'll see more of that down the road. Same thing. This is Adrian Everhart notes. This also became like my goals planner. My Reiki week where I went and learned advanced Reiki. And then I was doing comparison between the light and the dark aspects. Then I felt that this was getting boring, so I went ahead and found some inspiration off Pinterest and drew that out. These were notes about Love is Blind that I wrote in one of my old planners that I gave to my mother, and I wanted to keep them, so I cut them out and put them in here. Then I wrote some stuff about Ostara, just some notes. Each day I was writing something different. In here, that's when I was in Utah. These are prompts and my answers to them. And this is Happy Beltane, what I put out on my kitchen table for Beltane celebration. And then some personal notes and morning practices. Self-love pages, what makes me feel powerful, another blank page. I believe this was meant to be a prompt page, so I need to write down what makes me feel most powerful. Then I switched into doing intentions every single morning, and that became part of my morning routine. And I carried that all the way through to this week. So, and I wrote down some more goals. In the back, I did the same type of thing where I'm just writing notes down and ideas, but let's see what I have. So this was from one of my smaller notebooks I wanted in here. I felt it made sense to put it back here. And just some stuff to make me feel the vibe of the book. My intentions, my ideas for the book, paganism, the Wheel of the Year, and then just basically notes and ideas. Oh, and these were my birth tarots. Didn't really want the internet to see that one. That's it for this one. Both books have been really great. Then I started this one for the spring, which I have flipped through this before. I will update you. I am using this page to track my mood and still doing really good on my gratitude pages in here. And the weeks look good. Let's flip through those. So I started this one in kind of the second week of May, and this is just my micro journaling where I just write about my day and throw in some more. I'm really intentional about making this way more fun. More stickers, more pictures, all that stuff. So this is this week. I'm still gonna fill this out. In the pages, note pages back here, I have just a couple pages, personal stuff, and then my value system. And then I believe it's all blank after that. So mid-year, these books have really kept me going strong. The Hobinichi cousin, I jumped in and out of quite a bit. I'm not consistent with that by any means. I also had the Pocket Moleskine books, where one was a weekly, and I really liked that for probably 3 weeks, and then I fell out of that one. I still have the Pocket Journal Moleskine. I can still fill it, but I did stop using it in May. So these two books have been the most consistent all year long, so that's why I wanted to recap halfway through of 2024. And I have a lot of plans going forward, and I can't wait for you guys to find out. Coming soon. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!